Hello everybody, welcome back to Grumpy Manager 2. So last time we took on the first race of the 987 mod and we had a double retirement, which is a shame, but it was still a pretty chaotic race since... no, that's not it. I want to go last race with, since there were only 5 drivers who finished the Grand Prix. Now not surprisingly, Nelson Piquet won and Senna got second. And Prost got third, but it was still pretty awesome to watch even though both our guys retired. But anyway, it's time to get on to the second race, which is at Imola. Okay, it's our usual 3 laps. Nope. 3. And it's going to be a permanently dry track, which is good, but let's see how well we can do against the big guys. Oh, right. Campos is quicker than Nakajima, but Nannini is 4 seconds slower than his own teammate, which is in fact, Alvaretto is 3 seconds slower than his own teammate, and his own teammate's in second. So this should be quite interesting. But anyway, it's time to go to the qualifying, where it will really matter, especially when we're ready to do or die. Okay, Alain Prost has broken the qualifying lap record by 4 seconds, and Campos and Nannini are 6 seconds slower than both McLarens, which that's quite troubling. And so Alain Prost is going to break the qualifying lap record again. Especially since we're dropping down the order. There's a 2-second gap between third and second in qualifying, which is a bit of a gap, especially since neither of them are our drivers. Well, Nannini's now quicker than Alvaretto in his Ferrari, but that's not saying much since it's only one driver. Let's speed this up. Okay, we've come to the end of qualifying, and Campos will not be taking part because him and Martin Brundle are the only 2 drivers that didn't make the 107%, so our fate lies on Nannini alone, who's in 18th, ahead of Arno and behind Fabi. So that really sucks that we haven't got both our drivers in here. Now it's both McLarens and Senna, then both the Williamses, then surprisingly both the Tyrrells, Gerhard Berger in 8th, Schiefer, Reno in 10th, Boatswain, Zach Speed, Almas, and Nakajima. God, I wasn't paying attention, it's gone too quick for me this time. But anyway, Nannini is all alone. 21 laps, no, you need 23, you need 25 laps worth of, no. What am I doing? Okay, we have these tires on 21, 42, 63. Okay, let's do it. And hopefully Nannini will not stall his car, and hopefully we can, well, stay in the race this time. But I'm not spanking it though. Anyway, the race at Imola is ready to go now! No one's stalling their car, and Nannini holding 18th, so let's make sense of it by... Oh no, he's dropped the position. I think the Ligier got past him. Yep, Arno passed him. Bit of compilation, the Ferrari of Alvaretto is 23rd, but that's not saying that much. Oh, Alain Prost has been penalised, and I think Nannini's been penalised also. So, yeah, he's just gone straight to the back of the grid, which that's not good. Right, Nannini is still at the back of the grid, and some drivers are coming to the pits, but I've just noticed here, Nannini's fastest lap is 4 seconds slower than 23rd place, which is Nakajima, so Nannini is like by far the slowest driver on this track, so that's not good to see. But I can see that both McLarens are still first and second, Nigel Mansell in third, Palmer and the Tyrrells fourth. Oh no, someone changed the order, and we've had our first retirement. Nannini will no longer be in dead last because she first retired. And Dalmas in the LaRousse is also retired, so Nannini's gained a couple of places only because of that. But it's still positions gained, that's all that matters. So, but Nannini is still very far behind everyone. He's the only driver that's 3 laps down. Oh, bit of a jumble up on the board because the people are coming to the pits. So Nannini's going to be pitting this lap. So just gotta hope he can make it to the end. Just make it to the end is all that really matters to me. Especially since he's a lap behind 21st. Some people are coming to the pits, so some drivers must be doing a 3-stop strategy. But it seems to be quite a lot of people doing 3-stop strategies at Imola, which confuses me a wee bit. And I've just noticed 22 cars still in the race, and we have an Arrows car in 9th. I mean, which is, to me, that's quite insane, because Arrows is usually quite a slow team. And Nannini still in 22nd. His fastest lap time is now 5 seconds slower than anyone else's, so yeah, Nannini is not he's not gonna be any threat to any of the other drivers at all, especially since he's that slow in comparison. And Nannini has in fact retired, but then Nannini was at the back throughout the entire race, so it doesn't really matter, especially since he's been so consistently slow. I mean, fastest lap time's 1:33, 23rd 1:29.5. That pretty much says all. That's all it says about Nannini's pace. It's just consistently slow, and both Ags have retired. Roberto Reno was actually doing quite well, while Fabri was like roughly at the back consistently. And very late pictures of cars retiring. But the Arrows, which is run by Warwick, is in 8th still. And Tyrrell in 6th. What's with the Arrows and the Tyrrells? And the Ags, I should say. That's just confusing me now. And Benetton 17th. And the Series X Minardi driver has retired, but he was at the back. And so we're coming to the end of the race, and it looks like we're going to have a McLaren 1-2. Prost and Johansson have just stayed at the front throughout the entire race. Mansell and Piquet, well, they've pretty much consistently stayed 3rd and 4th, and well, apart from when Senna's been competitive, but Senna's down in 5th. But the Tyrrell is going to beat the Benetton driver, which is run by Boatson. And Dana retired in the Zaxby, but he wasn't really there at all. Anyway, from Prost, from Johansson, from Mansell. So the slowpoke is not really a slowpoke anymore since he managed to stay ahead. And Nannini, I say that Johansson actually retired, but he managed to still get 2nd. But Nannini had a tyre burst. Alright, so it wasn't really a fault of his own. So the Minardis are still at 0, along with Ferrari, Benetton, Brabham, LaRousse and Zach Speed. And 1st and 2nd, not surprisingly, Williams and McLaren. Turbo, semi-automatic gears. And Pascal Fabry will miss the next 2 races. Dominant win for Alain Prost. It was quite a dominant win. He just stayed there most of the race. So Fabry is injured and Patrice is injured. Alright, let's replace all the parts in the cars. Then we'll try and break into Ligier and get their veins if we can. And the answer is no, the security is a bit too tight. Okay, that's fine. We didn't get any sponsor deals at all. Oh no, we did get some sponsors. That's quite good. So get some Bosches on. Alright, in this race we're going to have some mixed conditions, so it could suddenly rain if we're not careful. So let's head on out and see what their practice times are. And just out of curiosity, Ags Fabry is replaced by Jari Nurminen, I think that's how it's pronounced, and Patrice replaced by Stefano Mondina. Mondino? No, Mondina. I don't know how it's pronounced. Hazard a guess? And not surprisingly, we're way slower than the big teams. Both Ferraris at the front this time, which is quite surprising, ahead of Johansson, Prost in 5th, but at Senna in 6th, as we are 4 and 5 seconds slower than 6th place. Joys to joys, that's really going to be reassuring for qualifying. So, you know what time it is, we need to do or die in this one, and hopefully both drivers will be racing. Alright, Alien Prost in the lap time record, as you see Campos being 2 seconds slower than Prost. Nannini was actually just under a second slower than Prost, and he had Nakajima and Johansson, but Campos hasn't been able to keep up, and now Senna's breaking the qualifying lap record. Nannini's actually keeping up a little bit there, and Gerhard Berger breaking the qualifying lap record. So Berger is now all of a sudden at the front of the grid, ahead of Senna and then his teammate Alboreto. What a surprise! And Campos is falling down the order again. I might sing Campos out again. Nannini, I don't really see myself being able to push Nannini further, so I'll probably put Campos out for a second time round. Okay, I've just checked on the board there, and I don't think I'll need to send Campos out, because it seems some other teams are struggling to keep up with Campos' time, so I'll actually leave Campos where he is at. I know it sounds a bit risky, and it probably is, but I'd rather at least get him to the race rather than risk the loss of the car, or, well, him just not making the cut. And now Nigel Mansell's breaking the qualifying lap record, so Mansell has got in front, and PK is second place, but it's kind of expected since it's the Williams. But that's fine, 'cause we're 8th and 12th, and Ags might be quicker, and if that's the case, that's fine. Well, at least we're still roughly at the midway mark, like the midfielders. I mean, that's a bit of a win-win for us if that's the case. But anyway, how many drivers will fail to make the 107%? Everyone made it. Nannini 8th and Campos is taking 12th, which is good, and both act speeds 23rd and 24th, so Brundle at least got past his teammate there. So both Williamses, and it's Berger, Senna, Alboreto, Prost, Schiefer, Nannini, Nakajima, Johansson, Strieve, Campos, Mondina, Warwick, Moreno, Elliott, Ginzi, Dalmas, Sears, Boatson, Arno, Palmer, Brundle, Dana, Fabi, and Nurminen, who's at the back, despite replacing Fabry. Okay, we are good to go here, ready to go now, and Campos has stalled his car, but Campos was the one who was starting 12th, while Nini in 8th place is staying 8th, so Campos will go from 12th to 26th, which isn't very good. But anyway, the Belgian Grand Prix is ready to go now. No one's stalling their car, and Nini's now dropped down to 9th, but it's okay. Well, he's actually back up to 8th now. Okay, that's not too bad. Gotta wait for everyone to pass, and here comes Campos. Down 90s. 26 cars qualified, and yet we've just lost. Okay, so 7 drivers have mysteriously disappeared. I wonder why that is. And Campos is already 8 seconds behind Sirius. But then Campos is okay, Campos is nowhere near the pace of Sirius or anyone else. And Nini 16 seconds behind Schiefer, but holding Nakajima and surprisingly Johansson, who's all the way down in 10th. I don't know how Johansson's dropped that far back, because Johansson and Prost dominated the last race, and then we have Prost in 6th and Johansson 10th, and we've had our first retirement is Gazani from Ligier, or Ginzi as I keep calling him because I don't know how to pronounce it, and well, we are the slowest drivers with our lap times, so unsurprisingly, so it's just going to be down to how many drivers retire. Now, Campos has been lapped, fair enough. And okay, so some drivers are coming into the pits, and I don't see Nannini catching any of the front runners. So ready for a second stop, hopefully. And we'll then see Nannini pits. Yep, Nannini's come to the pits. Now just have a quick check-up of where he's at. There's Nannini there. And 7, so where's 9? 9th is Nakajima. Nakajima is quite a bit away, but Nannini is still going to maintain 8th place, which is good to see. So Nannini doing alright in the Minardi, despite the Minardi being so underpowered in comparison to practically everyone else. Even the ones who've mysteriously disappeared from the race. Especially since they're one of the top 3 slowest drivers with their fastest lap times. Also, just notice, Prost has jumped to 3rd. He's gone from 6th to 3rd, which is quite legit. Johansson has gone back to being the slowpoke and is 13th. So he's behind a Brabham, an Arrows, and a LaRousse. And, oh, for a moment there, the game just froze there all of a sudden. And so it's when the game freezes, I think the screen recorder also freezes. That was a bit strange there. But, oops. All of a sudden, someone suddenly changed positions here. And Sirius for Brabham's retired. That's going to put Campos up to 16th, so Campos still keeping that car on the track. That's saying something, and oh, there was a screen there saying Sirius retired. Dalmas and LaRousse is retired. Especially since we've got a bit of a kerfuffle going at the top there because people pitting and some people staying out. Anyway, we're going to have Campos has retired. He was like so far back, but Nannini is now coming to the pits for a second and final stop. Oh no, that was saying Campos retired. Never mind, I thought it said Nannini is also retired, even though he's clearly still in the race. Yep, here comes Nannini now, and puts him on some more tyres. Nannini's hanging 8th, there's Warwick now 9th. And Nannini is going to maintain his 8th position. Oh, Warwick in the Arrows actually got past Nakajima, I just noticed. That's quite surprising that the Arrows has got ahead of the Lotus there. And Senna in 7th place. I mean, it's not like Nannini's going to catch him ever. It's not on such a slow car. And Johansson's gone to the back, is now at the back of the grid. So, I mean, last place for all the remaining runners. But it's a McLaren he's driving, and the other McLaren in 3rd. Johansson really needs to get a grip of McLaren, because McLaren aren't going to be too impressed with that. Alboreto in the Ferrari is still ahead of the Williams of Nigel Mansell. Prost 3rd, PK 4th, Berger 5th. Oh, track is started to rain. Tell Nannini to come to the pits right now. Where's Nannini? Nannini's here. Oh, Warwick. And all the other back runs there. That's Johansson, who's not that far back. But anyway, tell Nannini to come to the pits right now. Oh, don't know what happened there. 6. Still got 6 laps to go, but probably was a bit of a bad decision, especially since it's only 6 laps to go, but I think some people are going to do it anyway because it's a less chance of spinning off. But it looks like Alboreto is going to win for Ferrari, and we were in 8th place. We're probably going to finish 13th, but we beaten a McLaren, so I guess that's some form of an achievement. But Alboreto from Prost and Mansell. But as long as we had a car that finished, that's fine. And Campos actually had a suspension failure. He didn't actually spin off. Okay, so there was a failure in Minardi's, in the car of Minardi. In fact, everyone who retired actually had problems of some sort. But alright, we finished the race. That's good enough for me. And still tying in 9th in the constructors. Buy a new chassis because apparently one got wrecked at some point, and I'm not sure when that was the case. Yep. Let's see if we can get their vanes. Acquire vanes. Ours is 33, this is 66, and we've stolen their veins. So we've got, so we can now improve our car. 11. Okay, it's a bit light. It's a bit, no, not lighter, heavier, but it's more effective. And we need something to be effective for the car. And we'll put in Rats and Gears car in case we'll need it. But anyway, we're going off to do one more race, and this time it's at Monte Carlo. Alright, okay, so we're over second behind 6th place. But, well, Campos is over 2 seconds slower than the Nannini, so yeah, this could be another race where it could go horribly wrong for us, but if they do or die, we could potentially see them both race. Okay, our car, and Nannini's broken the qualifying lap record. Nannini is actually more than half a second ahead of Prost, so wow, I didn't realise Nannini, because Nannini is actually proven to be quite a decent driver for the team. And, well, Nannini first place, Campos down in 7th, and not really much separating them. But that is quite an achievement to see the Minardi breaking a qualifying lap record, even though it probably won't stick, but that's still an achievement for us. Okay, the session's coming to an end. I've not seen any other qualifying lap records broken, which must mean Alessandro Nannini in the Minardi is actually going to take pole position at Monte Carlo. Now that is quite impressive, especially since it's a street circuit where it's in real life difficult to overtake. But a Minardi taking pole, and I don't know where Campos is, but hopefully he's. Oh, he's only in he's in 7th, so 1st and 7th. What more can I ask for? That's just amazing. Oh, it's less than a tenth quicker than Alboreto though. And yeah, any other surprises here? No. Apart from Aaron Brundle in 14th in the Zach Speed, where the other ones in 21st, and well, Nakajima in the Lotus 20th compared to Senna being 5th. But anyway, surprisingly, nearly pole, then the Ferraris and Prost 4th, Senna 5th, Mansell in 6th, Campos 7th, Johansson 8th, PK 9th, Warwick 10th, Palmer, Streif, Schiefer, Brundle, Elliott, Moreno, Boatson, Fabi, Dalmas, Nakajima, Danner, Sears, Patrice, Nurmanen, and both Ligiers are at the back. So, okay, we are ready to go for this race. This could be an opportunity to finally score some points, but who knows, we'll see what happens. Let's go now. And Teo Fabi has stole his car, so he's starting at the back. And trying to find where Teo Fabi is. Teo Fabi... Don't know where... I can't... Oh, there's the gap there. Oh, he's like roughly at the back. So that still doesn't really make too much difference. But anyway, the Monte Carlo Grand Prix is ready to go. Now, no one's stolen their car, and Nannini, Campos up to 6. Nannini's still maintaining first place ahead of both Ferraris, so which is quite insane. So let's make sense by going to the TV camera here. So Campos actually overtook Nigel Mansell, which is insane, and Palmer and the Terrell's always retired so suddenly. I don't know what happened to him there. And Nannini, did just say Nannini got penalised? Oh, Campos got penalised, but well, this is. So he's all the way down in 22nd. So he went from 6th to 22nd because he's been penalised for whatever reason. Oh, that's good. That's so annoying. He did a good job to be so high up in the first place, but now it's been shattered. Fabi and Arno have retired. So Fabi is still in the Benetton, but he started so far back, and now he's retired so soon. Oh, Nannini's still. So this, you need oh, look at this huge string of cars from 1st to 21st. Oh my word, that is crazy. This is a ridiculously big queue. This could let Campos and Nurmanen catch up because they're just held back by a Minardi who's in the front of the queue and in the lead of the race. So Nannini, Berger, Alboreto, Senna, Prost is only down 5th and Nigel Mansell in the points. And, well, Berger's got passed. And Nannini, okay, fair enough. And Albarel got passed also. Which, again, fair enough because it's kind of realistic. And Nannini and Senna have both retired together. I think Senna took out Nannini, which would be an absolute disappointment if that's the case, because Nannini was doing quite well to be, well, at the top 3. But Campos still in, I guess, at least. And Martin Brundle has retired. Oh, the curse of Martin Brundle in his exact speed. Campos, well, I guess for any consolation, Campos isn't in last place while the remaining runners are, and okay, retirements are coming in thick and fast, which is pretty insane. We're coming in lap 26, everyone else is pitting already. They must be doing a long stint at some point, and our tires are really worn at this point. Just hold it on for lap 26. Numerin might get past unless Numerin pits pretty soon. Now some other drivers are pitting on the same lap. Okay. There's no point checking the overview, especially since we're so far back. But anyway, let's just carry on and see where we go. And Numerin going to the pits in the same lap, so we will maintain 18th place out of their main 19 drivers. Oh, Sun changed to the board at the top there. The Tyrrell, Streif is then 6. How did Streif manage to get past the Williams? Which, that's insane. How have they done that? It looks like Campos actually lapped Numerin. So the second to last driver has lapped the dead last driver, and he's starting to gain possession, so people are retiring. That's Elliott that retired there. But he's still got to get past where, yep, there he's past him now. How did Nelson Piquet drop all the way back down to 12? What happened to him? He must have got penalised at some point, because that's pretty insane for Marino, Danner and Boatswain and Wart to have all got past him. Nakajima, pretty much understand because it's a Lotus, but Nakajima hasn't really been anywhere near as good as Senna has. Alain Prost has in fact retired. So, right, that's quite interesting to see. So we're going to get in front of Alain Prost, possibly, if Campos doesn't retire. There we go, Campos is up there now. Still in 15th though, still last place of the remaining runners, because Patrice, who's ahead of us, is lapped us. So both Ferraris are at the front. There, Ginzey's retired. Okay, just to get to the end of the race. Oh, Streif and the Tyrrell has retired from 5th place. That's put Benetton into the points, and it's put, but more crucially, the Arrows are now in contention for 2 points. And we certainly aren't going to be in the points because, well, if Alboreto in the lead's got like 5 laps to go, and we've been lapped by 12th place twice, which is really bad news for us. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be Alboreto who is going to win the Monte Carlo Grand Prix, and Berger's going to take second, and Johansson's going to take third. Unless something drastic happens in the end, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So yeah, Alboreto from Berger from Johansson. Now what happened to... Oh, Nannini spun off and Senna collided with Nannini. Oh, that's power targeted an engine failure. That's quite alarming. And well, it was only like 3 cars that spun off out of everyone who retired. So yeah, both our drivers still in 0 points. Only Brabham, LaRousse and Zach Speed are the ones who, apart from us, have not scored points. But we're going to get a turbo and semi-automatic gears at level 1, and we got $10,000. That's something, I guess. Dalmas will miss the next race. First pole for Nannini and 1-2 Ferrari, and Nannini spun off, which is not great. So Dalmas will not be doing the next race in Detroit. We're going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully our luck will change, but from how our luck's been, I doubt it. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye!